The man dropped a cigarette butt on the lawn, but the grass automatically moved away from it. This scene terrified the man, so he took a hoe and started digging. He discovered that the soil was made of clay. Even more bizarre, he noticed all the clouds in the sky had the same shape. So the man decided to climb onto the roof to look around, but what he saw shocked him. The entire community was made up of identical detached villas, and these villas were arranged in a perfect pattern. The couple decided to drive away from this terrifying place, but after driving around for 2 hours, they still couldn't leave. And they discovered all the houses along the road were identical. He thought his wife's driving skills were the problem, so the man decided to drive himself. He asked Lisa to open the phone's navigation, but then they discovered in horror, there was no signal in this place with no other choice. The man decided to drive continuously in one direction. At least this way, they could leave this haunted place. However, until nightfall, they still couldn't leave the community. And when they finally ran out of gas, the car stopped right in front of Villa number 9. By this time, the couple was exhausted, so they decided to rest in the villa for the night. They opened the refrigerator and found strawberries and a bottle of champagne. The man bit into a strawberry. He discovered the strawberry had no taste. His girlfriend also tried one. She found the strawberry's texture was like clay. They couldn't fall asleep until midnight because the neighborhood was terrifyingly quiet. They could hear even their own breathing clearly. The next morning, they were desperate to find an exit. But since the car had no gas, they could only continue searching in one direction. However, until sunset, they still couldn't leave the community. Just as they were about to despair, the girlfriend noticed a light on in one of the houses. They thought someone lived there, so they excitedly ran into the house. But once inside, they were shocked. On the table were champagne and strawberries. Weren't these the leftovers from last night? Outside, they found a box on the ground. It contained food and daily necessities. They seemed to be imprisoned here as captives. The man carried the box back to the house. Furious, he used the cardboard to set the curtains on fire. He planned to burn down the villa to force whoever was behind this to appear. However, even when the villa burned to ashes, no one appeared. Exhausted, the two fell asleep by the roadside. The fire continued until dawn. When the woman opened her eyes, she found a box in front of her. When she opened it, inside was a child. The box had a note saying they would gain freedom if they raised the child to adulthood. As the smoke slowly cleared, they discovered the house they had burned down the night before had been completely restored.